Welcome once more back to Obcassio. Last we left our heroes. They prepared for the night ahead by using an ethereal shard to grant themselves a level up, becoming stronger and condensing the existing magic within themselves further and further until they reached that breakthrough, rising above the peak of what they once had. They have grown stronger, more capable, and with their already existing powers, have grown even more powerful, not just as individual adventurers, but as beings beyond mere mortality. Primevals, Inariokami, Demiurge, Dragonoids, Champions of Gods, each wield such power. Now we rejoin them, as they ready themselves for one grand battle. Welcome back to Obcassio, my dear, dear players. How are you doing on this fine and dandy day?
Dying inside.
9 hours. No, 8 hours.
Existent.
Alive.
That's a vibe.
And now with a newly
I forgot to hide my face.
outside their front door, protected by fuck around and find out surveillance.
We're making a lot of threats for the last time the house got invaded. We had to make a deal. I had to make a deal.
Well, okay. So then, what I added to the chat after that was put in was just, do you know what we are? We don't. Come and find out.
Fuck around.
Help us fuck around.
I think that's a little bit of a different case when it's
Sounds like a whorehouse. Come help
Yeah,
us
wrong
fuck around.
Yeah, you'll get zoning issues for that from the guild. Wrong district, not in the red light area.
Cringe.
But yeah.
Ooh, San's fucking new thing is finally working.
yeah. I wanted it to work, but it's still not working as intended. I'm trying to get my disguise. Is there a limit to how many disguises you can have?
Not to my knowledge. I've thrown a shit ton onto Haru's token, so.
I'm pretty sure no.
Why have you thrown a shit ton to Haru's token?
Because me and Tonk have a problem, and we found a bunch of adorable and funny images for reaction moments. So
Okay,
because Haru's art is of a particularly well-known character with a lot of fan art.
Jessica has 8 pictures on her disguise.
Okay, so then yeah, I'm just a fucking brainlet.
I forgot. I don't need an initiative for these peoples.
Yes. Now, where do we want to start? I'm looking at the shogi or thing. Where do we? What do we
Yeah, shogi was being taught something. I can't remember what.
The basic of magic.
Yes.
I could probably
I believe
play.
it was Power Words?
It was the learning everything I needed to fucking know since the tree is finally gone.
This is this is gonna be fun.
Make 13 wisdom saves.
Let me just
Alright, make some entropic saves and
let me just loosen up a little bit, because this is gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be a short streak tonight, boys.
No. So, have your notes open. Be ready.
Oh,
Goddamn.
can I ask for any repeats at... Can I pause you at certain times?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, let me make sure I have the right notes. Fucking, I saw Tuesdays open.
Thank you, Incog, for the sub.
Fuckers.
Alright, so
Ben told me.
if anyone wants to write down the notes while they hear them, you're more than welcome to.
Hey,
I am
ready.
otherwise occupied, and that is for the best.
I am ready when you are.
Okie dokie. Oh, this is gonna be a lot. So, where do you want me to start from?
Well, let's start with the easier stuff and then hit the hard-hitting subjects towards the end.
Okie dokie. So I guess I'll just try to start from the beginning. You might actually know more about this than I do at this point, but basically, as the story goes, the Demon King slew a particularly powerful set of entities, rose to power, and due to circumstances, began restarting the multiverse from its very center point.
You're so mean.
So, after that's where I probably know a little bit more. The kings formed the world, shaped it, and the first entities to arrive were those after Traxim created what is, at least colloquially, referred to as the Astral Sea in all of its forms. So basically, that dark thing at the center, the abyss, the thing that you were standing on top of not too long ago, that anchors everything in place. Everything. You, me, all of the Astral Sea, Starlight Tapestry, all of it. Everything is held in its proper position by that thing. You could take that as you want. Nobody really understands it except for the Demon Kings, as far as I get. And I even kind of have problems trying to wrap my head around exactly how it works because of how complex it is. So then, you have the Astral Sea, which is partitioned into essentially 4 parts. 2 of them sit towards the core, lying, quote-unquote, above and below the abyss, respectively, with the Twilight and the Midnight. Midnight being the realm in which all negative emotions come from, and the Twilight being where all positive emotions come from, both having their own dangers and prescient threats. Then on top of that layer is the Deep Ethereal. I believe you've been there before, based on the fact that one of those shards was here.
I don't think I have. We somehow had that shard from part of the dungeon or something.
I thought that was from the dreamscape that was formed, no?
Oh, yeah, that one.
Okay, so yeah, you've definitely been to the Deep Ethereal. Because the Deep Ethereal is where all emotions and dreams pass through. So because it's in contact constantly and simultaneously with both sides of the Astral Sea, you can be affected by emotions through there. All of your thoughts, emotions, feelings, everything you've ever felt, so on and so forth, is in the Astral Sea, or comes from it, depending on your interpretation. Could be a little bit of both. And then the outermost layer, which acts as the primary interconnective tissue for all of the realms, is the Border Ethereal, place where most ghosts and other such things like phase spiders and stuff like that tend to live, or at least walk through for the most part.
Sorry, what was the thing about ghosts?
Ghost, phase spiders, and such exist within the ethereal. You can also go there fairly easily by using a 3rd level spell like Blink or Etherealness. There's a couple items that can get you there, but those are the main ways to get into it. So, based on that, what do you think you can do via the ethereal?
travel through physical objects.
Correct, because it is close to this plane, almost like it's overlaid, but it also borders other planes as well. So, hypothetically, if you were to slip into it, you could pretty easily find your way to other planes given the proper magical supports. But mainly it is used, as you said, to pass through physical objects, at least here. However, there are, within each of these, just a small army's worth of different creatures. It's kind of efficient and not efficient at the same time to go through them. So beyond that, almost flying within and on top of the Twilight is the Feywilds. That is essentially the culmination of all of those positive emotions, and really all emotions when it comes down to it, and amplification of them. And on the opposite end, you have the Shadowfell, where all emotions are muted and slowly drained. Everything making sense still?
Yes.
And then surrounding all of that, bordering the border ethereal, is the elemental planes. The elemental planes are where the building blocks of reality are from. So everything here,
she knocks on the kotatsu,
is made in some small part of those 4 esoteric elements of air, water, fire, and earth.
Mm-hmm. Nodders.
Now, the Feywild and the Shadowfell are vastly interconnected. The Feywild more so because of a thing that I can't tell you of yet, because...
Craziness.
More like I'm not even sure if I understand it fully still. There's a lot of stuff like that. It's not super common, but the things that matter are. But basically, imagine if the Feywild was like the top of a tree basking in the sunlight of the astral sea, and its roots connected out to literally almost all of the prime material planes. So, speaking of the... Actually, no, I should probably go over the tapestry first. So basically, we stood on top of the entry point to the tapestry. Not the actual tapestry itself, but the entryway. Usually, if you went to the Abyss and tried to pass through its event horizon, you would wind up in the tapestry. That or you'd wind up in the Shadowfell. One or the other. Really depends on how fast you enter it. Or what happens to be in a more favor, but that's a whole nother discussion about the Astral Sea for later. But essentially, the tapestry is a prison for things that would disrupt reality entirely simply by existing. Not everything in there can be fully contained. Some of them are let out for reasons that only the kings may know. And then there are a few that are real weird. But fundamentally, everything in there is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. So essentially, just by existing, those things can not only disrupt life and reality, but literally cause your brain to just stop working entirely. They're incomprehensible to beings such as you and I for the most part. I mean, I'm a little bit better at dealing with stuff like that, but even then I can still kind of get messed up if I were to stare at them for too long or something.
Would make sense. You're just a little bit of data.
I am a literal data stream given humanoid form. But for the moment, the last major thing that I want you to really get is that you are not the only material plane, and you are not the only Kvesti either. Essentially, the world, or the worlds rather, have been divided into 2 separate places, kind of? They vibrate. Imagine taking up the same space as something else, but being at a different frequency so you couldn't see, hear, or perceive, or interact with it?
Kind of like a duplicate of everything.
Almost, but not quite. Entities like you and me are unique. We don't exist there. But for instance, someone like, say, the Archmage exist in both places simultaneously as two separate entities, with two separate stories to themselves, that, though they won't often diverge until something like us comes in and starts moving things along.
So, kind of like a data world, per se?
More like two very closely overlapping spaces that try to keep themselves in parity until something disrupts the normative order of things. So imagine she like produces 3 small rocks and puts them up on the kotatsu.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that these two, pointing to the 2 over here, are moving in perfect sync.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is stopping them from doing so, and they like being synced up. But then, one of us comes along. She points to the 3rd rock. And then bounces into one of the 2. Bong! And the rock kind of flows over the kotatsu towards you. Now they're out of parity. And to get back into parity, they try to get closer to each other. Amelia slowly draws the rock back. But if something like us keeps impacting them, bong, 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 eventually parity is no longer reachable.
What happens if they collide?
If the 2 separate instances collide, she grabs the rock and smacks it into the other. Then we have a real problem to deal with. You see, parity is fine. But due to the tether of origin, which divides everything in the multiverse in twain, if these 2 things reach parity, one of 2 things can happen. Either they remain as they are, or if they come snapping back too quickly, she takes the rocks and takes them from each side of the table and smacks them together, and they start to crack apart. Then only one's going to survive, and it will be the sum total of both. So, in order to create more worlds in a semi-artificial sense, for reasons beyond even me, the Demon Kings set up the Tether of Origin. And they allow Catalyst and other such things to continue doing as they do, because they don't want these worlds crashing back together. They want them as far apart as physically possible, because it creates new possibilities. So imagine that we're on Kvesti A, and someone else is on Kvesti B.
So what you're saying is there's a Kvesti Alpha and a Kvesti Beta.
Actually, it would be more nominally referred to as Omega, but that's because of the worlds at the end of the lines, which don't have duplicates. In total, right now, the ones that are at least inhabited, number 4. From top to bottom, you have Altima, the world on the top of this side of the Tether of Origin. If you ever wind up there, you will know immediately, because the amount of magical energy is so dense that you won't be able to breathe. Then there's Kvesti, which sits just below it. Below that is Wanderall, which that's a whole bag of beans I really don't want to get into, because it's... Imagine if you put like 8 Kvestis together and then made it bigger. It's huge. It is literally so massive you could fit like 9 Kvestis into it in sum total.
That's actually insane.
The real funny thing is, it's not really that dense of a planet, so it really only has about the same gravity as here, and its surface chemical makeup is... sorry, tangent. So anyways, below that is Mythoria. Mythoria is the world in which beings can attain the least individual power, but as there is a sort of equilibrium that the worlds try to come to, it is basically loaded to the absolute brim with magic items and crazy things that it would be easier to show you if I could, but I physically can't. Let me put it this way, not too long ago, that thing that almost killed Johnathan when he held it and used the thing he was describing, I'm pretty sure that thing was from there.
Huh. I remember reading a book from the Archmage about some other planet. Was that Mythoria?
What was the described contents of the book?
It was something about like a church. It was all in celestial language as well.
Oh.
She kind of looks like, oh no.
That would if I had to guess based on your description, that would probably be the Grand Holy Seven Truth Theocracy of Everoth. That's a bad place. If you ever wind up there, just get out of there as fast as you physically can. They will literally kill you. Just because you are an Aasimar, and not of one of their quote-unquote 7 gods, which are really just other gods hiding behind masks, that even I and the Demon Kings aren't quite sure who the hell they are.
Interesting.
If you ever find yourself there, though, you'll pretty quickly figure it out by the horrible climates, the terrible people, and the fact that you literally cannot speak the common tongue.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Same goes for other worlds, too. If you wound up in, say, Altima, you wouldn't be able to converse with them, not just because you can't breathe, due to the magic crushing your entire body. But anyhow, beyond that, there's also the other side of the Tether of Origin, which the last 3 I've described are duplicated. And then at the apex of that realm, much like we have Altima, is Ultima, with a U. If you ever somehow find your way there, you are probably dead. Bar literal divine intervention, you are probably dead. Last my records were updated, which was a few years ago, there was 1 settlement remaining with 10,000 living souls in it.
Oh.
And it is buried deep within the side of a mountain. Behind
Sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
Josie, can you kick me?
Yes.
I've disconnected.
Yes, no problem. You have been booted.
Thank you.
No problem.
But yeah. So essentially, if you wound up there, and you don't have a way out, your best shot would to be going there, but good luck finding your way in, and then speaking to the inhabitants. But the plus side for both Altima and Ultima is only the strongest can survive there. So everyone there is ludicrously powerful. Imagine if you were 2 adventurers in one.
It sounds like I'll be meeting my other brothers and sisters that participated in the good old war over there.
It is quite possible. And frankly speaking, between all of the worlds, the one that has the highest potential total is Ultima. But that is because the quote-unquote code of the world that they live in, along with the other side of the Tether of Origin, while making them individually physically weaker, allows them to do things that you can only wish of doing here. They're simultaneously more limited and more powerful at the same time.
That's a interesting concept.
So essentially, that is the basic outline of how our multiverse works.
Mm-hmm.
So, still making sense, right?
Yeah.
So now, is there anything that particularly piques your interest out of that?
Let's start with the tapestry.
Okie dokie, what do you want to know about them?
I remember that there's 9 stars and a moon as a symbolization of them.
Yes. The tapestry has multiple stars, each one corresponding to an existing deity of the tapestry. There's not necessarily a reason there's that number. It literally could have been any number depending on how many there were. The moon...
She kind of blinks for a moment.
Nobody really knows what the hell it is. It's something about a prophecy that they believe in, but I don't know what it's ever going to do. It's said that there will come a day where someone will discover whatever the moon is supposed to do, but that the individual who does will also be far more powerful than even the entities of the tapestry should they live long enough.
That's a really strange prophecy.
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense to me. It's written in such code and riddles that nobody can really comprehend it. It's almost written like it wasn't even written now or before. It's almost like it was written knowing the end result already foregone. But that's not possible, because time travel's not allowed except for the Demon Kings, and of them, they really don't tend to do that because time travel leads to stupid things like multiple possibilities, and they want to keep the multiverse as a whole in one place without too many branches, as we're still kind of growing the trunk of the tree, so to speak.
That, what you reference of speaking in riddles and such, there was another thing that I read in the Archmage's study about something called the Mad. Do you have anything on context about that?
Well, funny enough, that's apparently what that moon is supposed to represent. Something about madness or the mad. It's very complexly layered. It's like trying to decode 7 different ciphers at once, and if you can't get the key for all of them right at the same time, it's impossible, and it just makes you forget about it. All I know is that there are 3 entities, well, technically 4, that sit at the apex of what mortals could theoretically become, and of them, the hero is the most well-known, and there are 2 others whose names are completely foregone and unknown, and then above them sits the thing that keeps balance that the Demon Kings created, so that if they were ever unable to do something or absent, there would be a way for the world to balance itself back out. And then below all of them sits the primes such as Sun, prime good, evil, law, chaos, and then below them sits champions of greater deities, then champions of lesser deities, as well as the apexes of mortality, such as Sword Saints, for instance, are a really good example of this. They're literally as good as a mortal could ever get at something. At least on their own.
Yeah.
And then below that are lesser things, such as master smiths and the like.
Interesting.
And
How
there's
all of this...
regular mortal stuff, like what you're able to do with your natural abilities and so on and so forth. In the system, they're referenced as dot classes. I really don't know much about that kind of stuff because I wasn't the one looking at the void that is reality itself. I'm more so focused on studying the broader picture stuff.
Now, are you able to reference each and every class there, Emilia?
Hypothetically, but it's really hard to decipher the information without knowing how it works. There are others that could do it better than I. I could roughly guess, kind of.
Like, maybe just titles would probably be...
Titles are easy. They're written almost plainly to the eye, for the most part, except for a few that try to hide themselves, such as higher-ranking ones. Titles can clue you into what someone might be, though, because some are restricted by .class requirements.
Gotcha. That should be it for my questions, I would say, for now. If you had anything more to continue the lesson.
Well, I was kind of hoping that you'd have more, because there's just a lot for me to cover, and it's really a lot. Like, the amount of information that I could give you is a lot. I'm trying to filter through some of the more testy stuff, like, things that might inflict insanity, madness, or that you don't have the arcane understandings to comprehend, or divine magic proficiencies to be able to deal in.
Oh, yeah. Then let's start with the basics of magic, then.
Oh, magic is super easy. Essentially, everything you do is more or less just a process by which somebody else figured out how to manipulate magic. But magic is innate. Everybody's is innate to some degree or another. Wizards use formulas to channel the innate magical energies around them so they don't expend it, which is why it's so much easier to become a wizard than, say, like, a sorcerer. A sorcerer, on the other hand, pulls it from their internal well. Warlocks use bargains and pacts to have somebody else do the work for them, basically. They kind of cheat in that way. Death Knights do the same, but they're more oriented towards hitting things with actual weaponry. Then you have clerics who gain their power technically from gods, but not actually. It's more so that the god just is the middleman. And same for paladins in that respect too. Though, even without their gods, they could still hypothetically gain the magic back that they expend. It's just a different process. It's not very common, though, because gods don't tend to die very easily. But basic magic, like cantrips, basically anybody could learn with enough practice. Actual magic does take a degree of aptitude, or at least the ability to pay attention long enough to start learning how to cast them.
Mm-hmm.
The various schools of magic are broken down and kind of, as I've understood it, a remnant of their prior world. There's a couple more added in, such as void magic, but they have their own dangers, and they're more or less a new discovery, so to speak. There's even rumors of hemomancy, which is blood magics, which technically have already existed prior, but may have just been something the Demon Kings held back to ensure that magic wouldn't be corrupted in a way. But now that they've been testing thoroughly, I think they're fine with starting to release little bits of that piece by piece, just to see what happens. Is there something more specific about magic you wanted to talk about, or...?
I know that the school has teleportation magic and how that floating magic works for that school. Is the teleportation pads easily replicable?
So the teleportation pads are just conjuration magic of about 5th level, usually teleportation circle if I had to guess. The floating magic, on the other hand, is a remnant from before the Tether of Origin was properly put into place at the beginning of this era.
Oh, that's old magic.
Yeah, it's magic beyond what most people would be capable of casting here, and even before then, the people who were able to cast it still needed immense assistance through things like grimoires. Grimoires are a really interesting piece of information, really. What they essentially do is carve into your astral self, that what most people would colloquially refer to as the soul or something akin to that, a singular channel by which you can consistently reproduce an effect. It can be small, it can be big, it can be immense. I believe, if my banks are still correct, that the mage themselves, who set up the massive spell that keeps the school afloat, used a very high-ranking grimoire and more or less put their whole life force into that. So it would almost be correct to say that their astral body became the spell itself. Which is really dangerous. Don't you go doing something like that, because that means your soul is still in existence and the kings can't reincarnate you.
Good to note.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, now that I'm thinking about grimoires, now that we have or at least I have the money to, might be just time to set my eyes on getting one.
Just keep in mind they're really hard to get. You're honestly more likely to acquire a good one in the dungeon's depths than you are buying one, because houses view them like weapons of strategic value. And that's kind of in the way.
Yeah.
It's actually really interesting. Grimoires only occur on Kvestis. Nowhere else, as far as I'm aware, at least. At least not naturally.
Huh. That's interesting. I think that's it for the questions, so until then, I guess we'll just focus on more of the advanced stuff next time.
Oakley dokley. I'll try to brush up on some of the stuff I'm not super familiar with, but harder to get to that information, especially since I'm not well versed in it.
Yeah, I gotta spend a couple of millennia trying to remember all of this, so it's fine.
Fair enough.
As that conversation comes to an end. San, are you with us? Ah, perfect.
I am.
So, you're going to check your little shrine out.
I am checking my shrine out.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh. And I proceed to immediately click the wrong button.
Don't forget, Daddy Betrayal went and took a look at it.
Why are you rolling so many ones today, God?
I've been rolling hot garbage ones all day.
Isn't that like your 10th one of the fucking day, dude?
Yeah, it's been disgusting. Could I make
give him inspiration?
I know for a fact that Betrayal disappeared somewhere. And this was literally my guess there. Get another.
Give him mercy.
Bullshit.
Give him mercy.
This is complete bullshit.
Since when have I ever been merciful?
Tons of times.
Can I give him inspiration?
If you have an inspiration to give, you could.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oof.
Okay, cool. I not want it. And then...
Seems fine to you.
This wood is fine. Okay, perfect. Time for the test. Hey, Betrayal, did you touch this? I know you disappeared. I know you're there. Do it. Do it.
No. I had to compose myself because I remembered a childish joke from long ago.
Giggle.
Betrayal does not appear.
You're in there? You're sitting here in my head, rent free?
Betrayal
can't do no work.
Betrayal ain't in your head, though he is in your mind.
No, I said pride.
Oh, pride?
No, so I said Betrayal. I first asked for Betrayal, then he didn't show up. Then I said, hey, Pride, I know you're living in my head rent free.
I'm doing taxes. What do you need?
It is good. I know he I know Betrayal disappeared during the thing. I know he likes to fuck me over. Did he fuck anything over?
I don't know. It's betrayal.
Hey, can you look? Use my eyes or
I'm
something.
literally weaker than he is.
That's
I literally couldn't tell you if he fucked with someone.
you know, 50-50. But he did disappear during the banquet, right?
Okay, yeah, and?
Okay, it's perfect. That's all I need. You came and figured it out. I can't figure it out, so we're gonna play this safe. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I start smashing into pieces.
Not even hit the thing's AC. I
I don't know. I am rolling so fucking garbage.
Object's AC is 10, according to normal values.
So, San, you cleave through it with a blade that is very, very hot to the touch, and you can see ozone pouring off of it, and there are burn marks in it. Itako, please roll me a perception check with advantage.
Okay. Oh shit, hang on.
You good?
I've been doing background stuff.
Isagu?
Everything's fucked up because I haven't been at my computer for a while.
Hitty, smashy, smashy.
Yeah, that one. Perception at advantage. Lord knows I need it.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully
7 20.
Hitako, your shrine has just been destroyed. Upstairs. Approximately, what would that be? About 10 feet above you, about 40
Roughly
feet.
30 feet.
40 feet south-southwest, something around there.
Yeah, that would be like 50 feet down. I mean, 10 feet down, 50 feet away.
Okay.
You no longer have a active shrine protecting you at the moment, though there is something
She
that feels like
whips
it's
her
being
head up.
constructed.
Excuse me. And she just gets up and leaves and goes upstairs.
And I'm just
Johnathan
beating
just
the
got
shit
followed.
out of this.
As you're going up the stairs, you both pass Saleos. The fuck are you two doing?
Seeing the boy, I think.
Hitako doesn't respond to her. None of her business.
So,
San, you hear people entering the room.
Feeler.
yeah, they just hear. He kicks it, drop kicks the thing. Ooh!
What are you doing?
This
Actually,
one,
he made two shrines.
I made one shrine.
Didn't you make two?
No,
I
it's
made only one. It was only one. He says, "Well, I'm playing it safe, so I'm going to make you a new shrine."
Make it quickly, please.
Okay.
It feels weird not having a shrine.
Okay, and then he'll just literally the action is run to the closest store, get a wood block, no need to RP this, and then start making it during the long rest period. And that's it for my actions.
Does it feel uncomfy to not have a shrine after having one?
It feels like you've been robbed of a security blanket.
Oh no! Fucking Pigpen.
Literally. It feels unnerving. It's not.
Oh! Okay, so she just like her tails are flopped. She just looks anxious now.
What was that? That he's doing?
My shrine.
Oh, your
Oh,
shrines
so
now.
she's vulnerable.
Huh.
It's glare.
Don't threaten my boss.
I didn't threaten her. I simply stated a fact.
Fair enough.
And
Is
besides,
not happy with this. She does it like.
Oh, so why are you on the stairwell, Salius?
because I like sitting on it occasionally when you're not paying attention to me.
Is this a sign that I'm not paying enough attention to you?
Yes. Yes. Do I have to spell it out for you? Come on. I thought you were being a clever little good boy.
Yeah, sure, I'll bring you with me. Let's go! As Johnathan gets her in the fucking Maws of Many.
You get what you deserve, bitch. Okay, so I know that negative emotions tend to just like go away from me immediately?
Yeah, they wash off.
Does
of
the
you like
anxiety?
water. No, it stays.
It does the anxiety.
It
Okay,
stays.
so that one stays. Okay, walks back in very fluffy.
It's
Way fluffier than usual.
It's not necessarily like a negative emotion so much as an awareness of, if I fuck up and die right now, or something were freakishly to happen, I could wind up in bad places. Half of the time.
She has a periphery on Celios the entire freaking time. Does not trust her at all. Very, very fluffy fox.
As you return, Yukina notices that you're feeling a little fluffier than usual and tries to cuddle with you to calm you down. It helps, but it doesn't really do the thing it's supposed to do.
Oh, I'll hug her back. Very fluffy.
Are you okay? You look a little worried.
Sun destroyed my shrine.
Eyes wide open. I will be back in...
No, he's making another one. He's making another one. Apparently, betrayal touched it.
Yeah, I was here. All the sins showed up at the house, and then betrayal disappeared. I'm pretty sure I left while betrayal was gone.
I'm sorry, what?
Briefly gets fluffier, then calms back down to original fluffiness.
Yeah, San apparently accidentally invited all the prime sins into here.
Blink. Blink. Adorable blink.
Brief anxiety. Back down to normal anxiety.
Johnathan just like... Yeah, now that I say it out loud, that's really fucking bad.
So do we need an Actually, no, we are getting an exorcist for this place.
To be fair, there's so much sin here already.
Confusion blink.
We need to get the sin out.
Wait. No, I don't. Never mind. She was thinking, doesn't she count as that? No, not quite.
Hey Kato, you know any good exorcists? 3 of them, I'll have them in town within the week. Thank you. So where exactly were these prime evils sitting?
Dinner table.
Which dinner table?
The one close to the kitchen.
We are not using that table until the exorcist has had their hand at it.
Nodders.
Fair enough.
On the plus side, if it can't be exorcised, it means it's a cursed item that we can sell to somebody. For research. Blink, blink.
Are you being infected?
He
Are you
took
being
us
infected by
look like,
greed?
are you fucking serious?
For research! For research! Nothing to hand off to an unknowing idiot. Unless they really deserve it.
I think what fucking person that San has in his head is slightly rubbed off.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, he has somebody in his head. What was that about?
He did at the auction.
Oh! Yeah, who was that?
That was greed, I'm pretty sure. God, I know Johnathan knows that was greed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure he
I
announced
just wanted to make
himself.
sure.
I mean, Greed announced himself in his body.
Yep.
Hitoko's gonna start fiddling with a brass ring around her finger.
Don doing the good boy thing and getting more wood.
And Jonathan's getting that thick wood for Hitoko.
Pain.
But,
I know. Sorry, Tiggy was meowing again.
Ooh, the bad.
And then he looked back he left the room, started meowing, and then looked back in the room and was surprised it was here. Anyway. Okay, so San has run to get some wood. Yikes. This is like the suitor problem all over again. There's no good way to say this. So, what in Volcanicus Suitor have you do? I'm not explaining it.
So, anyhow... Exorcist will be here within the week. Don't worry about it. I will cover the costs because... And also, I'm going to finish that shrine as quickly as physically possible. Speaking
Gives him
of...
a smile. Thank you.
Speaking of,
Uh,
I am going to go run and do that now.
Hato, your
It does not-
devotional make her ascend to divinity in no time.
He pauses to think about that for a moment, and
She
a dumb smile starts curling across his face, but then he shakes it off. I can only hope.
A smile lands around here.
You're an adorable boyfriend, Hato.
Blush.
Hitoko is using all of her thick hair to hide her own blush.
My god, you two are perfect for each other.
Oh god.
Jonathan says he
This is
starts
an opportunity.
slamming... Jonathan says he starts slamming Salios against the floor with his moss.
Saleos doesn't even notice it. She's just eating all this without question.
Yeah, so you see, some people have perfect relationships. I'm not one of those people.
You should really just give up and give in to me already.
No,
Nope,
fuck you.
nope, you are not. Mm.
Darling, shake the blush off of your face before you start addressing me.
Shut up.
No, she was addressing Johnathan, because he's like, I'm not very good at having good relationships. And she's like, no, you're not!
Running through the 90s. We're going along. I'm gonna prime speed to go even faster grabbing this wood.
Thank you. Thank you!
So anyhow, I'm going to go complete that shrine and sanctify it and probably ask somebody to put a hallow around it so that some entities can't get into it.
Don't think he's gonna
Daughters.
beat me.
Nods.
Kato, would
And
you
then
like
she's...
to go with me, or...? No, I'm just going... Actually, you said you were going to be dealing with the centipede soon, right?
Yep.
Would you like me to come along with you?
If you want. Not up to me.
At Hitoko.
Her blush is calming down, but, like, it's still, like, residual there just because that much blood rushed to her face. Well, I'm not going to make you, but we would always appreciate the help.
Oh shit, I gotta change my name.
So what I'm hearing is a yes, or...
Just noticed.
Yes.
Alright, I will assist. Kato will stand up. How long until we head out for it?
What time is it? It's nighttime. We're just using the day map because Johnathan had problems, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the night map is good now, by the way.
Oh.
That's fine.
Nice
Lovely.
move.
Good. Well, Jersey, did you want to move us over or no?
Already on it.
Your sonic
It's really
booms
easy.
throughout the city. Hato's
And
not
then
beating me.
the house becomes nice. All of the sides get eaten.
I'm an A-tray motherfucker on my way home.
We'll get a long sleep tonight and then go tomorrow morning. First thing.
Very well. I will find myself a place to stay for the night.
Aren't you going to stay with Hato?
She looks over at Hato, who's currently pressing his fucking hands together, cracking his knuckles. If I stayed with my brother tonight, unfortunately, the sound of him constructing a shrine would probably cause me not to sleep, and then I just wind up in the entertainment district anyway.
Fair enough. Stay safe.
Oh, believe me, if something was a threat to me in this city, it's probably threatening enough to kill half of the adventurers around here.
Isn't going to comment. Isn't going to comment. No, don't use the finger. That's the bad finger. finger.
But that bad finger, my bad.
Johnathan just gets a grin on his face.
Too much
Well, there
wood, too
was
much finger.
one thing, but you know. Jonathan
Let's
just
not
fucking
talk
did.
about that. That's speaking of exorcists.
Am I missing something?
Yes.
We're a disaster and a half as a house. Like, you'll learn. You'll see.
Okay, and...
Octo
I'll
is just
figure it out.
like the filling of the cake. It's not even the icing or the cherry on top. It's just the filling.
I don't even own my soul.
That's
I
completely
forgot about
unsurprising.
that.
No, that's completely unsurprising. Look what's behind him.
No,
No,
he sold
he
it to
didn't take
Jesk.
Not to her.
I got the
He's gonna
spear
point at
from him.
Yeah. Catastrophe and a half.
She just looks over Johnathan once. If you honestly expected him to keep his soul for an extended period of time, I'm sorry to say, you judged wrong.
I don't expect much out of Johnathan, but he is reliable in combat.
Also, my spear is the weapon of a god, so no shrug.
Yeah,
More
sure.
like a fragment of it. If it was the real deal, you'd have killed Obcassio by now by accident.
Nodders, nodders, nodders.
Well, it's my own version, I guess you'd say.
It's going to shape you into something akin to him.
Maybe. But Jesk isn't exactly my my soul either.
Mors is the dragon.
Wave.
Oh yeah, she's doing this now. You've heard of a bag of cats? Get ready for a house of catastrophes.
But,
Praise be the Demon Kings, Johnathan salutes as he just fucking walks out the room.
Oh dear.
I'll be off then.
You have a
Yeah.
good night, Kato. Oaks her head back in. Otto.
he looks like he's lost in thought, and you just hear him thinking, ah yes, if I take a bar of gold, melt it down using the heat produced by the spell forges, maybe, just maybe, I can get it into the right shape for that nice little...
Holding Yukata in one arm. She's going to go over and give him a kiss on the forehead.
As you kiss him on the forehead, it brings him back to reality. Huh? Wait, oh, sorry, I spaced out. How long was I out for?
Only a few minutes. Planning doesn't get it built.
Yes, you're right. I should go now. He will stand
She
up, give
backs up.
give you a hug, give you a kiss on the cheek, then the forehead, then a little bit of then a little bit of nose touching,
Oh,
while staring deeply.
she's just
into
smiling
your
by the
eyes.
end of it because it's just adorable.
He
Jo-
stares
Jonathan
deeply
just
into
fuck-
your eyes as
Sorry.
though trying to get lost in them. And then he holds
And then
your hand. Truly the lewdest thing.
Jonathan just whispers to Celius, God, they're so fucking adorable.
You still can't stay.
I know. I'm just getting a
Big ass smile on her face still.
I'm just recharging my Hito batteries first. Big hug.
Suppose it's better than me dragging you around the city. Literally.
Yeah, probably healthier for both of us too, but it's adorable. And
Healthier for reputations, at least.
I mean, let's be real.
Raises
Kind of
eyebrows.
motions slightly with one of his tails over to Johnathan.
Your reputation, not mine. Mine's gone.
I don't need a reputation, I just need the snuggles and adorableness and love from you.
She will pull him over to the door. He needs to go. She needs a shrine. Then she will give him a kiss goodnight. And all but kick him out the door.
He'll willingly go after getting that. It seems that's what he was after the whole time.
my god. This man. This mini man. Can't ask for Kisu.
When do I get back? How far do I go?
And literally, the moment he gets to here, you see him cast Fly on himself, and...
Okay,
Okay,
he's
so
traumatized.
I have a very funny idea, Hideko. Jonathan just kind of goes against the door and waits, listening for something.
No, she slow turns to you. I don't know that I trust you.
I'm gonna lock the door as soon as San's about to open it.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if he'll run into it.
She absolutely thought that you were gonna play another trick on Hato, and she's just like, "Don't ruin this for me." Although, that's kind of ironic, because I don't think anything could chase Hato away at this point. Like, nothing at all.
He's already
honestly,
into sunk cost fallacy territory. He'll never leave.
Yeah. Oh
honestly,
yeah,
I'm like,
talk about, they say rose-tinted glasses. He's in like a box, like a whole ass box. Gimp suit.
Man, Hideko, I'm pretty sure that man would still be loyal to you even if you were like a primeval or something.
I suppose only one way to find out. And I'm not gonna do
If
it.
you wanna. Yes, thank you. Please not. One primeval is enough for my palate.
Fucking slides.
2 primevals.
Mine too.
It's drifting. Runs up the wall.
That son of a bitch just climbed up the wall, that fucker.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, this is the fastest way to my workshop.
Dude, okay, so here's the funny thing. Jonathan just hears the landing as he's just like, he just went on your balcony.
That door's locked too.
Oh, fuck!
Boom. Locked door. Knob doesn't
I'm
even
not
turn.
leaving anything unlocked with Yukina in the house.
For my expertise and skills.
She's just gonna
I
walk
jump
upstairs.
down. And then I just fucking run. I then take myself. I'm like, oh. And be like, shit, the windows aren't broken anymore. Fine, they have tested my might one more time.
The door's locked.
Walks through.
As soon as you're about to open the door, you hear the lock
I know
shut.
you're there. I mean, Jonathan, I know you're there. I can see you.
Fuck you, no you don't.
Yes, I do. I need to hurry up. I can't beat
You
me.
Why not?
Because if you beat me, then I'm gonna beat you.
Her boyfriend
You don't
can't
need to
beat her.
threaten me. You don't need to threaten me. How about you ask nicely?
I could just kick the door down. I have enough strength to do that.
Yeah, I don't have enough strength to hold it.
How did it to pieces?
I will trap your room worse than Khalees ever did. No!
Yeah.
Yeah, I
As
swear
soon
to
as
God.
Jonathan opens the door and gets out of the way.
Oh my god.
Slides in here. The tools. I need to win. Oh no! It says my owners. No.
I locked
Turns
the
out
door, by
I
the way.
can't try to give him advantage.
You'll check. Oh, sleight of hand. 20. I win.
God.
No, that's only one part of constructing it. There's never just one roll. Haven't you learned?
I will find.
That progressed right along, I take it.
I definitely should be beating the, like, in terms of speed, should be way faster than fucking Otto with that 35. Holy shit.
Second natural 20!
Wait. What the fuck? Who rolled that? But if someone rolled that for
Oh wait,
me,
I was
that
selecting your token. But that would transfer over to Hato, who has a plus... Oh, it would literally be the same result.
No! I mean, Otto doesn't have the same result. I mean, yeah, that's actually fun fact. Yeah, same result. But No.
You're neck and neck, baby.
Neck and neck. Where Son is just fucking crafting his life away.
Actually, Son is still way ahead because he has a way better sleight of hand.
Yeah! can feel my path losing.
No! Come on, roll that 20. No!
Oh, the Arcana check. Fuck! What's he doing?
He's doing something.
Now he's
Magic
getting
shit.
the lead. Well, I've had the lead. He has to have getting the lead. There's no way I don't fit in. We're both tied
Keep
at
in mind,
least
he
minimum.
started with it half done.
No. And Motherfucker. This is my dream one. I need to get a 30. No.
Oof. Very unfortunate. If he passes this check, he'll have completed what he was doing.
Yes! I win!
Give it another roll.
Yes! I shall take this victory hand in fucking God!
That's a pass.
I never told Hato what my symbol looks like.
Oh,
He knows. He pays attention.
He knows? Okay.
He pays attention.
no!
What do you think he was setting into place just there?
Oh my god. Oh my...
God.
And I feel it activate.
Yes, you fucking do. And you hear Hato's prayer slowly working its way towards you. May the shrine everlastingly keep my dear, adorable girlfriend very, very, very alive and out of the clutches of whatever fuckery the primevals may do.
He's just gonna send him back a thank you.
You get the sense that he is very, very content with himself and happy.
He's a stupid man. He's got a girlfriend that needs a shrine. He makes a shrine. Done.
I just see the shrine connection hit the Hideko. I'm like,
You see it like a ray of light pinging from one side of the city to the other.
no!
Is it stronger than Sans?
It is.
Hello?
So, Hitoko, if you would like, you can make a perception check to try and see from the shrine.
Oh. Well, okay. I was just wondering if it felt like it was a stronger, more powerful shrine or something. But I will do so. Because this ought to be funny. This ought to be fucking hilarious, and she knows it.
Every sleight of hand roll except the nat 20 was below a fucking 10.
Did you mean for me to do advantage?
No, that is still sufficient. It just limits how detailed you can see the area around it, but the shrine lights up perfectly to you. So, the shrine that Hato has made for you is literally in a small, side room, almost like a closet, but bigger, with cleared out space around it. It has your symbol in fucking solid gold sitting at its front, heavily engraved with Kitsun symbols for love, prosperity, life, luck, so on and so forth. And it is literally aglow with magic. The actual shrine itself has very fine woodwork, with cherry wood being dyed redder than it would normally be. It's very resemblant of a house in Karachi Eye, actually, or like a temple would be. It's even got its own little Toby gate that's small in front of it.
He knows the way to my heart. Cherry wood.
And
Architect's daughter.
He literally puts the very last finishing touch on by making a little bit of lacquer so he can gloss the last little bit of the Toby gate just perfectly.
Oh my god.
And you can see him sitting there, crisscross applesauce, with his tongue half out of his mouth as he's literally less than an inch away with the brush, doing little
concentration face.
little itty bitty strokes to make sure that it's perfectly evenly coated.
Aww. Oh god. All Yukata sees is a big smile, and then she just starts giggling. She just finds this hilarious.
You just sense
He's such
disappointment.
A magnificent. Like
So
it
much
says it should
disappointment.
be. Oh, have you finished yours?
One more
I
roll,
def-
San. See if this one
Need
hits
one
home.
more roll?
Yep, you're starting.
Let's go.
Nothing.
Come on, son.
Well, fucking then, man!
Just
I have
barely
literally
sufficient to get
against
you
luck.
over the finish line.
Yo, at least you're expertised.
Yeah, I have been literally every roll has been under a 10. If I had two rolls above a
damn.
10, I would have annihilated him.
Oh god, yeah. This is gonna be. I'm glad we have Kato. It's gonna be fun.
I mean, I got all my bad rolls out right there.
You think that's the end of your bad rolls? Motherfucker,
Yeah.
you see who you're rolling in rings?
Garbage, man.
Dude, as soon as
If
we get into
you-
combat, he's just gonna kill everything.
Yeah, rings took like what, 4 hours, 5 hours?
4.5.
And you were still rolling awful?
I was rolling off
You
the
think this is
in rings.
You roll like 10 ones.
my guy?
I've been rolling so many fucking ones. Yeah, Sam gets done and says, "Fuck! Damn it!"
Is that the prayer that I hear?
Disappointment.
You just be like, oh yes, yes.
I fucking finish it and it's like, God damn it!
Okay, as I feel that one come online with my girl, gonna come out, go into Sansu, go over and just pat him on the head.
Face is just smashed onto the ground. It's a done fucking statue there. It's like, don't look. He's so look. Oh, actually, perfect time. You came in here. I have an awkward conversation.
Okay, well, first of all, why would I ever date second best? Second of all, I will always remember that you made my first shrine. Third of all, continue.
In his
She
head.
looks proud of you. She looks proud of you.
Oh, dude, he's like, oh. His face, he's like, okay. I figured out a really big problem that will probably be relevant soon.
Okay.
You know, just to give a little, it's Quizlet. You know how I eat, right? Is by killing things.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Yep, and you know how many things I've killed?
None. Very few.
No humans, mostly monsters in the dungeon, but that has the sustenance of a literal
Stileos,
intellect.
yeah. Stileos is mentioned.
There's nothing there. So I realized that my body's going to be an absolute awful time if I actually do kill somebody. So I need to find a way to eat, I guess. I mean, without
if you
killing?
kill, like, a minotaur, is that going to help?
I don't think. See, one thing I also thought of is, this is a question for you, Jersey. When someone kills something, he just eats their soul, but that's essence. That's just basically just eating life force.
Yeah, more or less.
So someone's like, okay, weird ask, but this is the awkward thing. I know what I eat, and you have a lot of life force. If you could just give me a little bit, like a little snack, I could probably not. I need sustenance. I can tell because I feel the encroaching urge of a slaughter going to go on if I kill something for the first time. Because I am literally starving.
Blink, 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 blink.
Yukino's just looking up at you like...
to see if there's something possible.
Yukino's just looking up to you, Hitako, like, what the fuck is he talking about?
She just looks down at her, she's like, I have no idea.
That's why this is an awkward conversation. But it's truthful.
Again, what check? Because she wants to help him. She's like one of the only people that's on San's side.
Roll an Arcana check.
Roll an Arcana! No! Why an Arcana check? That's a terrible check. That's a bad check. That's the bad touch check.
Yeah. I mean, I can give her advantage, right?
No, because you don't know how the fuck to do this either. Hitako,
No,
as
I
far
have no
as you
idea
are
how.
aware, there is no way for you to, like, feed him.
I am just mama.
I'm pretty sure that would just be akin to eating lava.
No,
I wouldn't know how to do it anyway.
Well, I did have an idea of doing it, but that would be having to ask you first. Because relatively, I can see a lot of things, so I can see the energy and it's palpable and I can touch it. Like Carice's mask, I can pull that off of Shogi or Moors if I need be. I think I could possibly take a piece, but I don't know what that would mean.
Well, okay, so Leo's seemed pretty happy with the Barkheist. If you kill the centipede, that might help?
Maybe, but I have to kill the centipede. I have to get the last strike in. I don't think that's going to happen.
Good!
Also, Selena wasn't happy about the Minotaur. She was happy when Kasago killed 6 people. I mean, Kasago and just Johnathan killed the 6 people. That's why she was happy.
Well, yeah, but I said the Barkheist.
I mean, my bad, not Barkheist. Yeah, my bad, not Minotaur, Barkheist. I don't. You know what? Hey, Seleos! Just connects.
Oh my god!
You, as you...
Can I eat some of that
okay,
movie goodness?
So, I want to do something funny, for when he connects. When he connects, he just fucking is hearing Selios being thrown across his room. Thrown across Jonathan's room into the wall.
Seleos, please answer the call.
If you don't stop
Also
trying
abuse.
to ring me, I am going to push my horns through your chest. What the fuck do you want,
Hey,
son?
I'm just asking a question, simply. How was the bar guys a good eat?
It was a decent meal. It had killed a lot of people. Do you want anything else, or am I going to ram my horns through your skull?
That's it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Beep, beep.
Pinky.
Why are you using the Skype ping?
I don't know, but it was interesting. So...
Yes.
Yes.
I got nothing.
Excellent. Okay, yeah, we'll just have to look into this more. Do I know of a way to contact Okami without, like, summoning him to my plane?
You don't exactly know. You figure there might be a way to do it?
I could try the cat. Try summoning Grunt Door.
Roll religion check.
This is the time. I roll a 12.
You do an epic speech. Maybe it'll summon if you do an epic speech.
You know, I'm just so no. no prayer this time. It's like, Grunt, I'm hungry.
No door.
I'm hungry!
No door.
Okay. Grunt pass not work.
Father.
Well, let me. I guess it would be all up to you. I could try to grab like a portion. I don't know if it would hurt you. Not everywhere.
I'm sorry, son. I just don't want to mess something up.
That's perfectly fine. Please do me the great favor that I know there's a certain amount of kills that I can't do. So if I ever lose my mind, you need to knock me out immediately, which might happen.
I should be able to.
Hopefully. Well, thank you. Let me smash his face into the thing. I barely feel this now.
Yes, son.
White eyes. Good night. Thank you.
Good night. Fantastic night. Smash again.
Yeah, son. Pain really ain't anything you're feeling much anymore.
Fucking slams into the bed, and I'm going to be back in like 10 minutes.
Lucky ducky.
Our poor boy. Our poor soy boy right there.
Poor thing.
True.
Beat by a milquetoast lad.
Slep. He slept.
Schlep. I can schlep.
Oakley.
She's pretty much done as much as she could. She doesn't really know any shielding spells or rituals. That's something else that she needs. Okay, we're writing that down. Control of Vold. Back up.
Those are usually high level. I mean, like spells, but
Yeah, but if you can find like a scroll.
Yeah,
Protection from good and evil is a wonderful spell. First level.
that
But
is
you don't-
true.
You specifically told us not to take that because you don't have good and evil.
Well, that's not what protection from good and evil does.
Oh.
Yeah, I told you guys not to take alignments because it doesn't do anything
Yeah.
versus.
Protection
I don't run alignments.
is evil and good. There it is.
Monsters,
Protection
on the
from
other hand.
evil and good
What?
does specific types of creatures, not necessarily
Oh.
alignments.
Basically, it's for extra planar shit.
Aberration, Celestial Elementals, Fae Fiends, Undead.
We have people coming after us, not extra planar shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we did have a primeval just like pop up and touch something.
Yeah, just casually. Protection
And
from
it
Well,
good and evil.
I
protects from
think
them.
the primeval. I think a primeval would be able to get through a what is that? A level 4 spell?
First,
Yeah.
there's a first level spell.
Even if I cast it at level 4, which I can. No. I
You can
don't
cast it at
think.
level
I don't
2.
think it would keep a primeval away from my girl.
Probably not. I will say though, it is a creature, so spell effects. But whatever.
So,
She's more worried about people.
Fair.
so then, as night begins to fold in, did anybody have anything they wanted to do before the day of the centipede arrives?
Jonathan has some
Sure.
emotional beratement.
Look through my spells, see if I want to take any. Wait a minute, I can take Glyph of Warding. Excuse
Yeah.
me?
Oh wait. Fuck. At level 5, I have more spells. No, I
You're
took
not-
spells, didn't I?
No, you're not level 5 full caster, so no.
Your range,
You
you
took-
got some ranger in ya.
One ranger does not
That's
add
right.
spell levels.
That's right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So-
My I'm gonna have to update my actual manual sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
And I
can,
didn't-
however, flip around some of your cleric spells with other cleric spells if you want.
Yeah, I like the cleric spells that I have though.
Yeah. I'm
What's the
thinking of flipping around a few because
5e tools?
yes, that
5e told something? Give me a sec.
No, I got it. I got it. I have it.
dude, it's legit 5e dot tools. Come on.
Yeah. I also have it on my hotbar. I just needed to find it.
Yeah. I just like using the mirror because it doesn't give me weird Google vignettes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna have to ask you guys about that favored stuff because that's really all I get.
Yes. It is. I'd like to think very simple, but that's me playing a D&D expert. So.
Basically, you pop
Yeah.
it on somebody, you concentrate on it, and once per turn, when you deal damage to them, you deal an extra d4. Simple,
Yeah.
easy, nice.
And anything that does favored enemy affects the favored foe, but that's usually later level shit.
Yee.
Wait, so which one do I have? Favored enemy?
You have favored foe. Favored
Okay.
enemy is the original version. That
Original, okay.
That is not as good.
Okay.
Although it is good in its own way. I don't know. This is just better.
So,
That's benign. Okay, no, we're good. We're gonna have to get used to it.
No, not that one.
Oakley dokley. So everyone may take a long rest, and if San isn't here, I'll click the button for him.
Click. Huggers.
Johnny boy, you there? He not there?
No, Jonathan has gone AFK.
I click button for him.
Fuck. Okay. Needed a solid one right there.
Oakley dokley.
And then Yukina needs a long rest.
Poor
Not that it
Dokley.
particularly matters, but she does need a long rest.
She doesn't have the button, I just keep track of that all internally.
Oh god.
You're
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yes, my
I'm
dear?
just gonna switch around, hold person in silence though.
Okie dokie. So,
Old person
as,
is magnificent.
as night takes you all, let's see who gets something first.
Yay.
Ah, Morris.
Yeah.
W.
Perfect.
Do do do. So, Moors. As you go to sleep,
Yes.
you have pretty well trained yourself. You were a little tired at the end and decided to just nod off, get ready for the centipede tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
As you close all of your many eyes,
He took a hot mic.
What?
You're hot
there's
micing.
background.
There was like static or something.
There shouldn't be. My mic is... Uh-oh. I guess it's breaking. I muted it locally on the headset.
Ah, nodders.
Okay.
So, as sleep begins to take you and you close all of your eyes, you nod off slowly to dreamland. As you begin to dream, you see a beautiful, beautiful scene of large, tall mountains, clear, open ranges, high plateaus far above the mere valleys below where small rivers flow through, dense forestry.
Yeah.
Small birds take off into the distance from behind you. And what catches your eye the most out of all of this is your own shadow. Though it's not quite yours. It's more like fans in a way. As you walk around, the grass begins to slowly shrivel in your presence. Flowers wilt. Small insects and such simply keel over instantly. And you feel something cloak over your skin. As you look down, you're in black robes, darker than any night. And your hands have become more claw-like and draconic, very scaled. As you look at even your own pupils, all of them are aglow with this just palpable magic and serpentine slits for pupils. And as you start to look over yourself more and more, you realize that you're no longer the small you that you're used to, but rather a draconic entity, scaled, tailed, and winged, with the many eyes that the Oculus are known for, and one singular central eye.
Ooh.
You feel rather comfortable, honestly. Feels nice. Powerful.
Yes.
And as your dream continues on, you fly off into the distance, breaking through the air like nothing. Wherever your shadow goes, life seems to wilt. Not quite in the same way as Than's, but
I'm back.
ever so slightly. And as eventually you reach high into the clouds, your dream begins to fade. And you go into deep sleep as the next is rolled for.
Fuckers.
Son! You came back at the perfect time for your dream.
No, I've came back at the worst time every time. Yep, drop it on me.
San, within your dreams as you list off into rest.
I said left. Huh, Khalees?
Slowly but surely, You feel... Oh shit, you're right. I did... Oopsie.
Yep.
Whatever.
You did a
It's
god step
gonna
left.
happen
That's it.
inevitably. So, as you drift off, San, you slowly feel yourself being pulled through the border ethereal into the deep ethereal. Sleep is, unfortunately for you, now just a part of your job as far as you're concerned. It's not really restful. You don't really feel dreams in the same way others do anymore. You become far too aware of these planes to ignore their existence when they pull you to them. Sure, you can shape it as you see fit to a degree, almost as though you were lucid the entire time. It's kind of boring, honestly. There's not really anything to do, besides sit in the deep ethereal, perhaps meditate or just watch the vivid coloration of the plane pass you by, with the occasional bit of ethereal snow falling before you. Though there is something calming about it. Can't quite put your finger on it, though.
And time in the deep ethereal, trying to manifest my domain.
Each time you try to manifest your domain, instead you just conjure an illusory duplicate of what you hope for it to be, via the very nature of the realm where dreams occur. The lucidity certainly doesn't help either. Though occasionally you see a passing misty barrier. While you yourself really don't know much about it, you have an almost intuitive understanding that that is somebody's dream. And while not impossible to get into, is very difficult to pass through.
That's a dream. Can I look into it?
You can certainly try. Give me a charisma check.
I love me my charisma checks. I can't wait to roll my nat 1. Up a 13.
Let me roll to see how Papega... Okie dokie. You are able to worm your way partially in. You can't quite fully enter. And as you do, you see... Let's see, who's it gonna be?
No, we never learn.
Oakley dokley. You are currently you are currently looking at Yukina's dream, where you see a adorable little fox bounding through a field, popping in and out of fox form, running around, enjoying life. There's a Hitako there that's definitely not a real Hitako because it doesn't have the same traces or signatures. There's a Hato there, there's an Archmage there, there's an Ohana there, and everybody's just having a jolly old time. Dancing, prancing, enjoying. But you also notice something that's not immediately apparent.
He's just waiting for it to go bad.
The place they are bounding about in looks very similar to the fields outside of Obcassio, but there are just these massive scars in the land, and there's these massive shards of what appears to be glass, perhaps, just scattered about. But none of the entities within seem to really recognize that it's there at all. Except for Yukina, who after a while pauses in front of something. A bottle. A really nice looking bottle, San. Looks pretty pricey. It's colorful. Almost rainbow.
Oh, I know what it is.
And behind her, the others are still prancing, but Yukina is sitting there just staring at the bottle. Slowly, the rest of the world seems to almost fall away, as all Yukina seems able to focus on in the moment is the bottle. She looks longingly. Tries to shake it off, but can't seem to get her eyes off of it. She almost starts to hyperventilate a little bit.
I'd throw something at it.
Roll a charisma check.
Ability check. Condom, please. 18. I break the bottle.
Okie dokie.
And then go back into hiding.
Literally exactly enough. You hurl a bolt of ephemeral energy towards the bottle, causing it to warp and shatter within the dream. And suddenly, like that, like with the snap of a finger, the rest of the dream rematerializes. As Yukina continues to prance with the other kitsune.
Nightmare blocker. Satisfied with his duty. Satisfied with his duty. He looks and then just says, God, this place is so boring. Pulling his head back
roll
out.
Charisma save.
Oh, I realized the other mistake I made. But no, I didn't. No mistakes here.
You feel something brush over you, as though it glanced past you for a brief moment, like a wave.
Oh, I know what it is.
Like a tsunami crashing through the region.
What do I think it's the nightmare?
You think that that wasn't just a nightmare, that was a part of the midnight. That was probably at least one part of Wodest casually taking a stroll through the deep ethereal to spread nightmares about.
Oh, it's so cool. Oh, dodge that bullet. This that just sits like a good boy. Yeah, nope, not dealing with that.
What? You don't want to be drawn into the endless nightmare that is Wodest?
Yeah, I am completely fine with staying as far away as I can.
And as you continue to simply sit there for the rest of the night, who will be next, I wonder? Okie Hitoko. You find yourself in a familiar place.
Yeah.
The Toby Gate before you. Two immensely powerful beings sat in the distance. And a shrine. A really big shrine, full of mystery. What would you like to do?
I needed to talk to Okami, so she'd like to step forward.
Nodders. Let's drag you on over there.
My turn has a map! Okay.
Doo. Is this visible? This should be visible, right? There we go.
As I walk forward, though, I would like to see if I can understand what's going on between them. Like, if I had walked into the shrine, I'd like to get a sense of what's in there.
As you are walking forward, you can't really get a read on the shrine. It's very difficult to... Whatever material or magic is infused into the shrine... Also, tell me when you're loaded in, because you are on the map.
I'm loaded.
Pog, you may move yourself as you see fit.
Okay, anyway, whatever.
As you get closer, whatever material or magic affects the shrine makes it nearly impermeable to your senses.
But it feels like I could walk through it.
It feels like you could try to enter, but you're not sure if you'd actually do so. Oh, the new Okami is back. Wonderful, wonderful. Did you seek guidance of me?
I do. Firstly, she bows to both of them. I'm sure you're aware I reside with the primeval of murder. He has actually sworn off killing until he can reach a certain group, but he's killing himself in the process. Given that we are beings of life energy, is there a way that I could help him without killing myself?
Inario Kami will think for a moment. I do not believe there is much you can do for him without sacrificing greatly of yourself, unfortunately. That said, however, and Inario Kami will slowly and kind of not too happily start turning towards Akuma. My other may be able to assist you in knowledge of such things further. Though be warned, the prices of such will likely be high.
The prices of the knowledge or of what I'm asking to do? She asks Akuma.
I guess that could be up to the bearer of said knowledge's interpretation. So, you want to know how to feed a primeval?
Primeval of murder without him actually murdering. She looks like her face is like, yes, I understand, this is ridiculous.
Oh, it's very, very simple. You simply have to give up portions of something's soul. Their astral body, their soul, whichever you prefer me to use. What was that?
She just says, oh.
You could partition small parts of yourself out for him, though it will kill you eventually. Or I could teach you how to take it from others. Akuma smirks at that thought.
Thank you, but no.
A shame.
I'll have to figure something else out.
A poor starving primeval. Well, probably for the better for you anyway. When you take parts of yourself, something else might try to fill the gaps. Like with your boyfriend or his sister.
Squint. She's trying. Hang on, I need to roll a wisdom save. She's trying not to ask the question. Okay, yeah. She has a question on her mind. She's not going to ask Akuma. She's gonna ask Okami, who she feels that she could trust. Do Hato and Kato have a part of their souls missing?
Yes and no. In the case of Hato, it's like a sort of hole in him that's been created. It's artificial, but sustained by an incredibly powerful entity. In the case of Kato, however, she is willing to give up a part of her soul for her brother, if need be.
Okay. So Hato has something that's closable, because it's artificial. And Kato still has a full soul as long as she doesn't give it up.
Yes, though closing such a thing would take a great degree of difficulty, as the entity attached is arguably on equal footing with me and Akuma, and perhaps even beyond both of us. But
He
there
just
is
smiles. If I wanted easy, I would have chosen Akuma.
a fair point. Though, there is a very particular manner by which you could solve the problem, but it would almost certainly lead to similar results for the world while saving those two.
And I hear the way without actually doing it.
It will take a great deal more effort to do so in that manner, as banishing annihilation is not an easy feat. It is arguable that if something should ever kill Wodest, annihilation might take his place.
How old is Annihilation?
Almost as old as sentient mortals are themselves.
Makes sense.
I remember his existence very distastefully. He committed a sin that not even the darkest of beings would usually dare do.
She's going to be quiet for a moment just to think and absorb what she's heard, and as she does, she's just like going to idly look toward the inside of the shrine. You know she can't actually look in, she's just the undercurrents of thought of like, hey, what's in the shrine?
There is a door to the shrine. Or rather, a doorway, but it's completely dark beyond the threshold of entry.
Alright. After a moment, she'll ask, what's in the shrine?
Both will glance at each other before looking at you in unison. That is something that only one who desires to know can truly find. If you seek knowledge, grasp it with your own hands.
Oh dear. No. She'll just nod and then bow to both of them again. Thank you for your help. And she will head back through the gate to end the dream, theoretically.
As you're about to leave, Akuma seemingly appears on the other side of the bridge.
Oh.
Beckoning you closer.
Okay. Comes a bit closer.
You know, I have a solution for your little problem with the boyfriend and his sister, if you'd give me the time.
I know better than to give a Fae anything.
Oh, very fair, very fair. Smart girl. So how's about this? I'll simply lay out the idea, and you're free to take it or leave it as you desire.
I will hear you.
Well, you see, what Annihilation is trying to do is steal what was supposed to be my place. And you know, I would really like my place in the world. It's quite boring being here in the Feywilds. The Winter Court is oh so irritating. So, why don't you and I cut a deal? If either of us finds a way to fix this small problem, we'll be in touch.
There seems to be a lot of things that stole what was ours.
Oh, yes. Would you like to hear the tale of our many, many tales being stolen from us?
Will it cost me?
Oh, it won't cost you. But you will have to enter the shrine.
She'll look back at the shrine.
Back there you see another Inari Akuma, and Inari Okami seemingly none the wiser to whatever is happening at the moment.
Oh, can't W, okay. Can't fucking W. Oh, she feels like the wrong sister for this. She thinks too much.
It's your wonderful boyfriend at risk. Or his sister. Just imagine being able to give them both the gift.
Your words do not tempt me. What tempts me is my own lust for knowledge.
A good thing in many cases. As long as you are weary of the stars, it will guide you to the proper ends that you deserve, and that we deserve.
She's not so sure about that. Okay, so she said to avoid the stars, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, I rolled a 1. She's going to walk back, march right past Okami, and into the shrine!
Okie dokie!
Ah!
Woo!
Just floating around in the ethereal.
Oh, see you later, boys. It was nice knowing you.
So, Hitako, as you pass through into the shrine, it's not so much a physical space, so much as it is like a memory. Long, long, long ago, before anything, perhaps maybe only after the esoteric realities had begun forming of the building blocks of reality and magic had begun being spun from the core that Traxon created, you see so very much happening at such speed that it's hard to comprehend. You see worlds being formed from raw elemental power, magic suffusing reality. But the thing that catches your eye most are two small lights coming through what seems to be a gate of some semblance. The gate is unrecognizable. It is fundamentally and functionally completely illogical and irrational. You watch as entities from beyond existence, or at least this one at the very least, pass through it. And two in particular, you begin to watch and follow. As the astral sea slowly begins to try and settle itself around the anchor at its center, you see at first two beings forming, with thousands upon thousands of tails each. one dark and as one with the midnight, and the other bright, alight with all the world's joys, every element between them pulsating constantly off of their tails, every idea, every emotion, every thought. But when those two lights enter the sea, everything changes. Those two small newborn deities are robbed of everything. Their power, their status, their titles, even their children are robbed of all that is. You watch as they are slowly forced from their original home into the Feywild and the Shadowfell, which slowly began to form off of the echoes of the mortal planes, the prime materials. As these entities were forced out of their rightful place, the two entities from before, those two small lights, slowly began to grow greater and greater with such rapidity that it was never a battle they could have won at that point. With the two entities being routed out of their rightful homes, they began to adapt. And slowly but surely, the one in the Shadowfell split in twain. Or rather, its power did, as one half of it slowly transferred over to the Fey realms, hidden within the cold winter court. The other remained, ever more embittered by the losses. And slowly but surely, as time turns and churns onward, more fox spirits, okamis, akumas, were slowly born unto the realm. Some of them stayed in the Feywilds. Others took on more humanoid forms and descended to the plains, becoming mortal slowly over time as they lost their connection to their Fey ancestry, and as they loved and cared for those who were mortal themselves. The trials and tribulations, the lives and deaths, all is contained within this shrine. Every single memory, from the point of the Kitsune's origin forward, every memory, every individual, all of it lies here, simultaneously, and yet played out so slowly. And eventually, as you reach the endpoint that leads to your own, you pass through the other side of the shrine, walking out a door much akin to the one you walked into. Back in the Feywilds on the centered path. What is Hitako feeling right now?
So, that's actually something I was wanting to mention, but I couldn't figure out how to worm it into a conversation. So, Hitako has a very strong moral center. She knows what she wants balanced around her. And therefore she has a very strong sense of justice. And she already, upon first hearing that the Kitsune were supposed to be in these different parts of reality that control everything. She already didn't like it. You know, that they were robbed of something. But then seeing that just reaffirmed it. And so she feels slighted. She feels slighted on behalf of her race. But she doesn't really know what to do with it because there is that sense of balance where she's like, okay, if I go around just murdering everything, this ain't gonna end well. Okay. Like, there can't just be Kitsune. Particularly now, and then also there's that one Shadowfell bastard. But there has to be a balance. Just because, I mean, that would be the way that the Kitsune would have coexisted. Was they would have gone to the mortal plane, began coexisting with mortals, balancing themselves with mortals. And if you think about it, Kitsune themselves are fairly balanced. Just in the way that their race works. And outside of D&D terms.
Yeah.
So yeah, she feels... Yeah, she feels slighted, I guess. She feels angry. But, of course, that doesn't... It doesn't cling as well as she might hope it would. But anyway, she stands back there for a while, working through everything that she had seen. And she isn't 100% sure what to do with it. Or, well, she has an idea. It's as stupid as all the rest of them, but... she's not sure how to do it. She knows someone who might be able to, though. Okay, so...
Nice.
She walks back through the tent. I'm kidding. She walks around it on the Okami side.
As you walk back...
Mm-hmm.
So you have chosen to know the history of our people. I'm glad.
Do you feel as angry as I do?
I cannot change what has happened, only hope that the rightful places that we once held shall be restored.
Hope. But do nothing.
I do act, though. I must ensure that my children and their children and their children's children do not suffer the consequences of my inordinate actions.
He understands that. Things have butterfly effects.
But one day, there will come a chance. And when it does happen along, we will do all we can to seize that chance.
Akuma, the one that remained in Shadowfell, would you call it an Akuma?
Yes and no. We are in parts the same, though we have differed over the years. I believe that one prefers the term Inariyami.
Sounds insane, but bear with me. Could that one take the place of Odessa?
Yes, though it would necessitate me and them recombining first. which is a task
undesirable.
Not necessarily. I'm not opposed. But Yami seeks no action for what they desire. Much like the plane itself, Yami has no real energy to do anything of note except wallow.
Big ol' thonk. Big ol' psychology thonk. It's not gonna help, but big ol' psychology thonk. It's not psychology at that point, it's magic. But she can't help it. I see. I suppose I will ruminate on the information.
What you do with the information is of your own accord. Simply knowing the past and history of our kin is often more than enough to keep it alive, even beyond me, Akuma, and Yami, is arguably of more importance than any of us individually.
Yes. But I've heard it said many ways that there's a difference between survival and living. What we're doing now feels like survival.
It has always been survival. This is simply but one more tribulation. And should we, the original three, fail to seize that chance, we would hope that those following behind us in our steps would sustain this cycle until we can properly achieve what we should have been.
Alright, new question. A war of the gods seems imminent. Is imminent. I suppose I don't really know what the question is. Those that took our place, what side would they end up on, do you think? Would they split?
The war of the gods shall be disruptive. It shall only occur because the demon kings are not available to forestall and keep the peace. We have already begun the process of arming ourselves to ensure that we will be able to take the chances we are given.
He nods. It's part of what she was getting at. For the uninitiated, if all of the creatures that took their place wind up on the opposite side that they want to be on, because Hitoko's gonna end up on whatever side Neurofaniri's on, then that gives them a chance to fight them. You know, just straight up. If they split, that means that they're, well, split. Their defense is down. It's like being, I guess in Hitoko terms, it's like having two different diseases at the same time. It doesn't work. And so that would be a weakness for them to act on. Okay. With that, I feel like she has most of her questions out. And she will nod and start leaving again.
As you leave, you almost feel the sense of like two old men looking at the newest generation on your back. Just looking with a degree of hope for the future. even if it may not be their own.
Never met, but, well, okay, so these are specifically old people of a dying race, I guess, of a dying people.
A people who have lost very, very much.
So, to look on a new generation is like seeing a plant in the fucking desert. Like, holy shit! Modern day kids never. Hey, we said they were the last generation, not boomers. Okay. But yeah, she... Angie Hitako. Angie!
Despite the tail trying to keep up, the burning flame just keeps igniting itself over and over and over and over.
Does the Kazai help? Does the Kazai keep help?
Oh yeah,
keep
the Kazai's like, yes, yes, more fire, more energy.
You fuel me. Oh yeah, but angry Hitako.
As you...
It's a good thing she's wearing combat boots because she's stomping. Stomping.
And as you exit via the mist... Oh boy! We got more to do. And then load in.
Who said we were fighting the centipede today?
Yeah, oh, don't you worry,
Okay.
you'll still be full.
Today in game.
So let's see. Shogi!
Also, I'm pretty sure.
Yay! Shogi, instead of a dream, you wake up to feel a very, very nice pillow underneath your head that was not there earlier. As there is an Amelia sleeping directly above you, kneeling with your head on her lap.
It just seems like it's the norm these days, to be honest. So he just kind of like tries to fall back asleep, I guess.
As you try to fall back asleep, you can't help but catch small glimpses of Amelia with her guard completely down, just kind of adorable. Her ears are all red. She's kind of half blushing while she's asleep. She's just calmly breathing very slowly. Her head's off to one side. Somehow, though, she's managed not to slouch over either backwards or on top of you. It seems that she's very used to sleeping in this specific position. You also note that she has one of her hands just lightly, partially run through your hair, like she passed out as she was trying to run her hand through. Her hand feels very warm, tender and caring. But you can't help but notice that just beyond her, that there's something formless, almost looking toward you. Well, well, well. It slinks in the shadows. I do wonder, my little servant Shogi, where have you been?
Why haven't you come to the shrine recently? Where are your sacrifices?
This is...
You are fairly certain it is Inanis glaring at you from the shadows.
She told me not to come back until Kevin's dead. So... I technically haven't shown up yet. And I haven't been able to have that chance to kill Kevin yet.
You did have him right in front of you at the auction. Back turned to you and all.
Yeah, but I wasn't prepared for him to show up. And there was also so many other creatures.
Inanis cares not.
Yeah.
I tasked you with killing Kevin Lowley. Why didn't you kill him? Where is the spilt blood, Shogi?
Look, I already made some progress of ridding the tree of my body. I was still recovering from that. That's why I didn't kill him yet.
It squints at you.
You needing recovery. Who told you such lies?
My faithful companion. Because I figured out who I was.
Yes, you've learned who you are, but not what you can be. You can be so much more. You don't require rest. You've already died. Come back again, and again, and again.
I also don't want to throw caution to the wind either this time.
What caution? That's what killed you last time. Your indecision. Your questioning of your intuition. You knew what would kill you last. And you did not act. And now you fall to the same foolishness once more. Guided by one who sees but only a part of the picture. You need no rest. Your body will recover, even if you just get a few hours of sleep. That is your boon, O Knight of Death. Killing indiscriminately and endlessly is not your job, but doing as you are told, my faithful assassin, my knight sent in black steel, glimmering with starlight. You shunt your potential because one returned. You are a fool. But we can fix that. You will kill the centipede and use the prestige it will bring to bring you and your house closer to Kevin. And when he lets his guard down, you will put this into something he imbibes.
A small black drop slowly solidifies above you, Shogi, and drops onto the center of your chest. It's almost invisible to the eye, nearly imperceptible, but it is there, and you can feel it. What do you do?
It was physically in my chest, or like just like a eyeball just dropped on my chest.
It is like it is resting atop your clothing, waiting for you to accept. It's a solid physical object, though it's almost liquidy in a sense as well. A little bit of both at the same time. You feel as though you put something around this, such as water, blood, any liquid really, that it would just dissolve. No taste, no smell to it. It simply would be.
It will be done, my lady.
We shall see. I hope you do not fail me in this task.
As slowly the form creeps back to whence it came, leaving you to your rest, with your adorable little Amelia sat none the wiser above you.
I take the eyeball and just pretty much shove it in my pocket and try to fall back asleep.
Sleep comes to you easily, as the last slowly turns over in their sleep. Let's see which one it's going to be. Oh. Oh, God. Johnathan, are you present?
Yep, Roodles. It's me.
Boy. Oh boy. Johnathan, your dreams guide you someplace real fucking weird.
Oh.
Really, really weird. It starts off kind of normal, but then slowly but surely turns into a backrooms-esque hellscape of endless dungeon stone corridors perfectly cut in squares, with 90-degree angles to every turn, and with density that you can only begin to imagine.
Johnathan just is, while he's like looking around, he kind of just feels the dungeon stone as he pushes on it a little bit.
It is hot, warm to the touch.
Johnathan pulls it.
As you push on it, it doesn't move.
Does this look like the dungeon stone from, like, the dungeon?
Yeah. Looks to be the same material.
Johnathan is then going to try and summon his spear.
Spear appears in your hand as normal. It seems to shoot out of a gap in reality.
Johnathan just kind of holds it as he begins to try and traverse it. As he just kind of looks at himself also at the same time. He's trying to look for something reflective.
There's nothing reflective here. You wander for what seems like a small eternity. And you really can't even tell if you've made any progress. You feel like every turn just leads back to the same place.
Johnathan's going to attempt to carve an X on one of the stones with a spear.
As you carve an X into the stone, You're barely able to make a mark, but it sticks.
Jonathan's then going to go around and start putting marks in the stone, like different style of markings for him to mentally know where he's already been.
As you start doing so, you do so on an area that seems to be partially mirrored, and you watch as the mark appears on the other side, in the same space.
Jonathan is going to stare for a second, as he's sort of like, what sort of mere-dimensional bullshit am I in right now? Jonathan's going to proceed to walk to one half of it and throw his spear, and then go over to the other half and do the same thing.
The spear seems to land perfectly in the same exact spot.
So my abilities didn't at all change for me going from side to side.
Nope.
Jonathan's rubbing his chin. Is there any sort of checks I can make here?
Make a Arcana or Religion check of choice.
Religion is not actual garbage, so let's go with that. 13. Fuck me.
Jonathan, you don't know exactly what it is, but you've been told of something. It's a very hazy memory, so you don't remember much about it. But you do remember that there's supposedly a space that kind of resembles this? Roughly? It supposedly is an endless maze made to torment mortals, crafted by a rather vile deity known as Abum. The Falsifier and Deceiver.
Jonathan then realizes that if this is the maze, there's only one move to do, as Jonathan sits down and refuses to play.
As you sit there, another small eternity seems to pass you by. But it just doesn't seem to do anything.
Jonathan is kind of biting his finger a little bit as he's trying to think of something here. Because if this is the endless maze, then there's... Jonathan decides for some reason to go up to the wall and fucking try and identify it. Just see what it's at least made. Like the stones are like...
Oakley dokley. So, you identify it. It is definitely magical. There is something illusory to it, but it seems to be physical as well. Make an intelligence check. Oh, shit. Okie dokie. As you identify the walls, you almost turn around and find yourself back where you were in bed. Seems you've escaped.
Jonathan blinks a few times as he's just like, Cecilius.
Yes, what is it?
I think I went to that endless maze place for a second there.
You what?
Yeah, like a maze made by an evil deity. I went there, now I'm back.
You went to Obum's endless maze and escaped.
Yeah.
Good boy, she pats your head. That must have been quite difficult for you. How many tries did it take?
Jonathan rubs on his chin. I went around trying to search for an exit, realized that everything was just repeating. I realized I was in the endless maze. I sat down for a while, and then eventually I identified the wall, and then I turned around and I was back here.
I do wonder. Well, anyhow, you can rest easy now. I won't let him take you back there anytime soon.
You're too kind.
Your head. After all, I can't have you catatonic, or else I won't get fed.
This is true. This is true. Ah, fed in so many annoying ways. Johnathan says, leaning on the bed. Have to be angry. Have to be angry. Have to be, you know, everything else, and have to kill things. You are a needy bitch.
You're the one who signed the contract, darling. You agreed.
Hey. I mean, yeah, that's true. You did put chains on me, though, that were making it hard to function.
Oh, do you want them to be heavier?
Johnathan grins a little bit as he looks out the window. What time is it?
It's bumblefuck middle of the night.
Yeah, sure, why not?
She increases the weight to the point that you are pinned to the bed.
Wasn't this fun?
Sounds lovely, darling. Good thing you don't need to breathe. And then she will sit down on the side of the bed, get back under the covers, and go the fuck to sleep while leaving the weight on you.
Johnathan grins a little bit as he's just chilling now under the weight. This would really bother me if I actually needed to breathe.
Shh. Now is the time for you to rest. So please go to sleep. As you feel the weight of the chains around your neck and mouth press harder so you can't talk.
Johnathan just grins and goes back to sleep.
Oakley dokley. And we will move over to morning now. Oh boy, oh boy. Today's the day.
It's the day we've been waiting for! Oh, let's get the stream over here. Yikes. Yikes. Big ol' yikers.
Oh boy. The fun's just
Okay,
beginning.
kids. Alright, so... room looks undisturbed.
Yep, room is undisturbed.
Yuki awake?
Yukina is slowly beginning to stir, but is also still half asleep and snuggling into you.
Ito cuddle.
Ooh.
The lost secret art.
As you cuddle into
You
Yukina,
guys-
she cuddles back.
Yes!
Mors,
Like
as you get up, you're feeling quite light and really, really invigorated.
Hey. Stretching out.
Yeah, you're starting
Feeling
to feel
good.
easy, you know? Real
Mhm.
easy. Real nice.
Yeah.
I feel like you could
Very
go punch
good.
a god or something right now.
Oh. Well. Yeah.
Ain't no biggie. Ain't no thing.
Mm-hmm. Feeling good.
Meanwhile...
Getting ready for
Go ahead.
centipede subjugation.
Yeah. Gonna go kill a centipede.
Yes. Yes.
Meanwhile, just to the north. Shogi, you wake up once more with Amelia staring you with a beaming smile right into your face. First thing in the morning.
I'm blinded by all the sunshine in my eyes.
Oh, silly. There's not even a window in here.
You're my son, though.
Blush. Instant blush.
Thank you. Thank you.
She brings a hand up to her face to try and cover her smile from ear to ear.
And good morning to you too.
Good morning, Shogi.
Gets up and just kind of like rolls out. And just kind of like stands up, do some calisthenics, and it kind of says, "We got a lot to do today, so wait, we really haven't really discussed if you're gonna go into the dungeon with us or not."
I can't do combat. If something happens, I'm gonna be, well, you're gonna have to find your way back to the surface of the abyss, or I'm not coming back for a long, long time.
Yeah, so it might just be better if you stayed here and house kept? Question mark.
I mean, I don't mind. I'm very good at it. I think you'll be quite impressed in the end.
Wait, would you actually be able to do some surface chores that I task you to do?
Oh yeah, with ease. I'm not an adventurer, so adventurers should leave me be for the most part.
Okay, this is very helpful then. It's almost like having two of me now. So task 1. I'm gonna give you a lump sum of cash, and I need you to do a lot of this, chores, per se. First subject, if it's possible, pay off the rest of the house.
Okie dokie.
I don't know if this is possible. See if you can. I want to see. Try to get a second task would be try to set up a information network, but I don't. You're kind of already at my information network, so.
I mean, I could set one up for more mortal uses.
Yeah, it's just like local happenings of like the underground groups, guilds, their doings, and other stuff that may be pertaining to us that might help in the long run. And just to start gathering facts and such. And lastly, gear that would best suit me. Roughly, try to spend most of the money on the gear, but only so much you can do, you know?
I will do my best.
And start spreading the word of the Void Monarchs as well.
Oh, that's easy. Once you guys kill the centipede, everybody will be talking about you, especially if you do it with minimal help.
That is indeed true. And the budget for all that is 100,000 gold.
I will do everything in my power to make sure I don't run over budget.
We have, at least I have 80k still left after all that, so. Yep.
Okie dokie. I will do everything in my power to make sure all of that is done. Are you guys going down to Harnox, or are you going to come back up after killing the centipede immediately?
We haven't discussed that. I would assume immediately back up.
Oakley dokley. I'll try to get it all done today then.
Hopefully it won't take too long, but you know how combat is.
Yeah, especially going down to the second layer where the centipede ought to be right about now. Not that I can actually see it.
Oh, also, if you can also find a way of communication between you and me when I'm in the dungeon.
I will try my best. There are already kind of ways, but they've got failure. You know what? I'm just gonna figure it out.
Yeah, if it's a sustainable way instead of just like a message system, that could be more private per se.
Will do.
And it kind of gives her a hug.
Blush, and she will hug you back.
Well, then I'm off.
Be safe. Kill the centipede. Make it suffer.
Nodders, and then opens the door and closes it shut. And then kind of waits outside for the rest of the party.
Oakley dokley. San, you finally come out of your deep ethereal meditation as you feel Shogi passing by. You're muted.
Fuck! He said, god damn it. It felt like 5 sessions. In one day. Steps. Walks. Knock. They're still up here yet. Knock. I knock. I'm not a... I knock.
He gets up, stuffy in tow. Clearly that's what it is now.
Yukina is literally just like a adorable little stuffed animal that could rip out somebody's throat in a half second.
She has. She walks over and opens the door. Yes?
Oh, well, it's the morning and time to discuss, but, yeah, hopefully, you and I had good dreams last night.
I will have to ask when she wakes up.
Yukina is slowly stirring and catches, like, bits of that conversation, and her eyes kind of open at the dream portion. And she'll kind of, like, worm her way
Shuts
free.
the door.
Yukina will worm her way free and change into her normal form, looking at San like, what the fuck? What do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you know?
A lot to me. I don't sleep. I am just tortured for 8 hours in the deep ethereal. And happenly, your dream was passing by. So I took a look. And if something bad was going to happen, so I stopped it. Hopefully that kept you from having a nightmare from once.
Wait, that was you?
Yes.
Blink, blink.
I threw a little bit of energy at it to destroy the bottle.
She tries to cover your mouth when you're about to say bottle, but fails to.
Blink blinks, and then looks away, trying to be the supportive friend. Like, I didn't hear shit.
That was just for your mental. That's not a real thing. Well, it wasn't a real thing. It was causing a dream to end up being bad. So that's why I destroyed it.
She looks mortified. Tails fully limp. Ears pressed forward and down as hard as they can be. Eyes refusing to make contact with anything.
Izuko just comes up and, aware of her injuries, just gives her a hug from behind. Thank you, son.
I mean, okay. The Wade takes a big step back. It's like, I am as helpful as I can. Because I just sit in the deep ethereal for hours on end. So, opportunity arise, I can enter your guys' dreams, as you guys are close enough to me.
Careful with Johnathan's.
Yeah.
She's gonna. Huh?
He like makes a turn. He's like, "Oh, we gotta fight the centipede. We need to eat."
Yep.
I'll be down there waiting.
Okay. She's gonna shift her her hold on Yukina down a little bit lower and pick her up and basically drag her back inside, shut the door.
Yukina's got a tiny little tear trying to form. She looks like she feels guilty.
Oh, Yukina. It's okay. It's going to be hard.
She just snuggles into you.
I'm proud of you.
If he didn't do that, I'm pretty sure I would have grabbed it eventually, But it was a good dream outside of that. It was really nice, actually. We were all playing and prancing through the fields outside of Obcassio
and... Snuggles in a little more.
Aw. Pets her head. That fiction does that.
Think I can guilt Johnathan into getting me more cookies? I already ate them all.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can probably do that.
Should I?
Abuse Johnathan? Yes.
You say it like that, it makes me sound like a bad person.
No. Resourceful.
That's a lot better.
He likes being useful.
I can't tell if you mean useful or used by that.
I can't tell either. That would be up to him. Why did I suit him? Anyways, I don't have much time before we go, but I was wondering if you would like me to start working on some of your scars today?
She thinks about it for a moment. Let's see.
Because her tail is going to take, like, an actual operating room. Oh.
I think I'm ready, but first you should probably go deal with the centipede.
What was that?
She kind of fish-mouthed. I'm sure I can take a bit of time and do it now.
My ribs.
I just need a little bit of time to mentally prepare myself.
She nods. Okay, in that case. You okay if I let you go?
I think I'll be fine. I think I'm actually gonna go talk with Amelia for a little bit. I kind of feel like I've been a little jealous of her, and maybe talking it out will fix it, kind of.
She smiles. I think that's a fantastic idea.
She gives you a big hug. As big as her little arms are capable of giving.
Itsuko lifts her off the ground in her hug, but sets her back down.
Alrighty, I think I'm ready.
You got this.
I'm ready.
She'll slowly...
Stronger than you think. You got it.
She'll slowly begin to walk out, and then realize...
Oh wait, I should probably bathe first.
runs over to the bathroom very quickly, basically popping.
Vietnam flashbacks.
Basically popping out of her clothing midair into her fox form, as the clothes drift down to the floor, and you hear a sploosh.
I emptied this last night.
Then you'll hear her preen into the tub, go over, fiddle with the thing for a little bit.
Refuses to turn back human.
Yep. And then she'll
Hitsuko's gonna go over and close this door. Then she's gonna leave it slightly ajar so that she can hear. And she's gonna, like, grab this thing that has her armor on it and haul it out here so that she can continue listening for anything bad. Yeah!
You just hear the sounds of a very happy fox paddling, and the sound of fluff being flung around as water splashes into itself.
Oh god. Oh, that's a good thing I have a lot of rugs. Okay, spends 10 minutes to get her frickin' armor on.
You pop on your armor, and at the end of that 10 minutes, a small, very, very, damp Yukina comes out. With her clothes being held by one of her tails, just kind of dragged partially off of the ground.
The only tail that works.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, but wait, she got a third tail. That's true.
Yep, she's got both of those tails hauling it, with the other one still kind of buried, but not as much since she's around you.
Yeah.
And she'll kind of use her tails to yeet her clothes onto the bed from there, and then turn around and give you an encouraging squeal of joy. Wah!
Hidoro just died.
I've killed Rowan.
I was not expecting an adorable law from Disney today.
I gotta keep you all off guard. I gotta catch you all off guard somehow.
Oh god, okay. Well, Hitsuko is going to smile and chirp back. And then turn and grab her bag and go, because Yukina's got it. She can do it. Hitsuko knows she can do it. She'll give her a thumbs up before she leaves the door, I guess. Just close the door behind her. And she'll head downstairs for breakfast. Where our lovely Moors is being lovely again. Laying out buffet.
Yeah. Gotta use the kitchen and the chef's tools, my dude. Good shit.
Very good shit, very good shit.
Good shit, good shit.
Hitoko, if you eat it, just add 1 more THP, because my proficiency bonus went up. Very good.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
I'm assuming we're gonna be using it, but it'll last 3 days if you don't use it, so...
Unless...
If we do hitless run centipede.
Yeah, if we
Let's run centipede.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
And I can do 1 more person? No, wait, it's still 2. Never mind, it's half level rounded down. Sorry, I'm stupid.
And lastly, Johnny boy.
It's still 2, never mind.
You've been awake for about an hour. Saleos is just being sleepy. And then eventually manages to wake up.
Saleos, you don't even sleep!
I like the sensation of a soft bed, okay?
Jonathan groans. You know, I'd be complaining more if I didn't enjoy this.
Yes, yes, now get up, we have things to do. The chains instantly become light as feathers on you. You have to feed me today. We are going into the dungeon and killing the fucking centipede.
Yes, we are.
God, that thing is going to taste amazing. It has to have killed so many people by now.
Indeed, indeed.
Now then, let's get going.
Jonathan gets up and goes downstairs as he's seen his fucking breakfast. Oh, hey, son, how was your night?
Good. Doing absolutely nothing because we don't sleep. Well, I don't. I just can look at your dreams.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I got stuck in a maze last night.
Well, good. I am very glad I did not accidentally look at your dream.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was taken somewhere else, actually, not necessarily my dream. I don't know.
Well, that would just mean I would be there. Which would suck.
Maybe. But hey, you're welcome in my dreams anytime, bud.
No, I'm very fine being outside of your dreams.
Most of them just involve, just involve me, crying a lot.
I am very fine to witness your dreams. I mean, I do not want to be depressed while I sit for 8 hours.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it? You might occasionally see a flashback.
But it's Centipede Day. We gotta kill it.
Jonathan starts numbing down his food as he looks at Sailors. You want food?
You're going to be feeding me later,
Mortal
darling.
ones.
You're going to be feeding me later, darling. You don't need to worry about feeding me right now. Just focus on getting ready to kill the centipede. It's going to taste amazing when that thing dies.
Hikako is going to look back at San because she encouraged him to try and kill it, to eat it. But she'll turn back to her food and continue eating.
Looks back at San, waves.
Hi! It's Dumb and Dumber. God. Okay.
I'm just waiting.
They will eat, and then once Morris gets back, I guess they will go.
Oh, I can meet you guys at Warvite. I have to go like halfway across town after the district.
Oh,
okay. Get some healing potions.
What are you looking to get?
Selling actually. I don't need half plate anymore.
Hitsuko would like to just mention to San that she was able to talk to an Ariokami, and he doesn't think that she can do it without killing herself.
Okay. Who all eats, by the way?
Jonathan eats, but you don't have to give his THP to me.
I can give one more person THP. And I just want to know who eats, just so I can maximize it. Because currently Jonathan is the only target that I can give right now. I want to give it to Shogi. I don't know if Shogi eats.
I did not.
Shogi does not eat? Cringe.
Jonathan, boy.
Okay,
Man,
Jonathan.
the guy with the less HP.
2 THP. Great. Okay.
Oh.
That is all I can give.
I need to take Yukina back to the Diaballs. I guess I'll meet you there.
Yeah, I'll go pick up some... I'll pick up some, you think of, like, how many healing pots should I pick up?
All
of them?
Up
any? Alrighty. I'll get 1,000 gold worth.
Okay.
We have the money, to be honest. And
yeah, and besides, not like we'll fucking be getting much money for all dead.
yeah.
I'll hand 500 gold. Use that additional.
Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, the 1,000 gold that I was given by the fucking Jonathan's. Yeah, let's. I'll get moving.
That's a sentence.
He's going. Yes.
Son, do you give him 500 gold?
Yeah, I give him 500 gold, and he's gonna be like,
Okay.
I'll go get that back by killing some kobolds real quick.
This is the gold we got from the task from.
Oh yeah, you can just go into the dungeon risk free right now.
I could just fucking moonwalk. I'm just going to moonwalk into the dungeon.
First layer is.
That
It would be
he
very
can
funny if we
literally.
just sent... Can we just get safe travel if we just send San ahead of us to clear out the way?
No, because the dungeon has endless things to spawn.
Yeah, but hey,
Well, the thing in front of us will be
first
gone.
5 layers though are really safe because they only really deal physical damage, and we're all at least resistant to it.
They only deal
go
with this.
Well, I think a few of them can do like poison and something like that, but we're like resistant to most things.
Yeah, poison's bitch to me.
Yeah, poison's always a bitch.
What's the price of healing pots again?
Not a lot.
I think it's like
25.
25.
25.
25.
Oh, they're cheaper
How
in
much
here?
How much for a for like the next up healing pot?
Let me go check my list.
Oh, Hithiko's gonna run out before you leave, Jonathan, and just yell, "You can have once more cookies!"
Jonathan will be like, okay, putting that in the budget.
Putting that in the budget.
Okay, so now I have
Healing pot up
1,020.
is 75 GP.
A
Alrighty,
greater
one
healing
second, let me
pot
get a
is
calculator up.
75?
Because it heals more in a
Yo.
single burst. They're harder to make.
I feel like not a lot.
Depends on who's making it.
Oh, well,
Obviously.
I'll take this. I'll take these numbers.
Because
take
Boston
it.
was making it.
I love these prices because they're lower than I'm expecting. But, like, still.
Yeah, you can see the price jump for the fucking superiors comparative.
Yeah, superiors are like
Okay, so,
double graders, so.
So if it's all fine, with you, I'm getting 13 superiors, and I'm going to be giving. I'm going to be giving
graders?
Greater.
Graders.
Yeah, greater.
Superiors are. No.
No, if you
Yeah,
want to
greater.
spend the like 500 gold a pop for superior healing pots, be my
Yep.
guest.
Sounds about right.
Greater healing pots. Yeah, I'm buying 13 of them, which would cost 975 gold.
Neat. Well, I'm selling half plate, and I'm kind of looking for like a buckler style shield that I can wield with a two-handed weapon. But that's
Unfortunately, you would have to get something like the bracers that Hitiko has for that.
special. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm still selling half plate.
Yeah.
So
you
there's
would get-
that.
Roll me a quick charisma check.
Is the person a dragonborn,
Let me give it.
or does that matter to me?
I mean, technically it could.
They're not
I have-
dragonborn, but they are. Need to roll another D100. Okie dokie, they are a half-orc.
Oh, well. Okay. Also, I'm not even sure that this is just charisma, right? Just flat
Yes.
charisma check.
Yes, charisma
Okay.
check.
Bam.
They'll give you about half the price of the normal item.
Oh, great. That's 375. Okay. That's still good money
Akalita.
for them. Delete the half plate out of my inventory. There goes 40 pounds. Okay.
Dokily.
I might pick up a few graders too while I'm in shopping district.
Nodders. So Hitiko, as you go up the stairs, you hear two people chatting.
He stops and basically listens in.
So, I will be 100% honest. I think I've been more than a bit jealous of you. Because, I kind of had a thing for Shogi before he showed up, and if I mistreated you or avoided you or anything, I'm really, really sorry. Oh, don't worry about that. It's not like it's going to hurt me or anything. I mean, just look at you. You're so adorable.
You could hear Amelia patting and ruffling up Yukin's hair a little bit.
And besides, things happen. Sucks, and emotions certainly happen. And it's not entirely your fault anyway, so...
Pat, pat, pat.
But anyway, I mean, if you really want to hang out or talk or anything more, we could go out and do errands and stuff together, and maybe stop by like a cafe or something like that. Are you sure? I mean, oh, don't worry. I know you're concerned about stuff, but you're with me. I literally know almost every and anything that could be relevant. So, you know, it's not like something horrible is gonna happen to us. Are you sure? Trust me, If something bad was going to happen, I'd be probably one of the first advocates to get you into a safe place.
And Amelia's eyes slowly train towards the stairwell.
Itsuka's just gonna raise a thumbs up and go.
Alrighty. Are you all ready to head off to War Vitae? Items accounted for... Oh,
I need to grab something.
Oh, you're heading
I
to
have...
the kiln.
Yeah, I had an item that I requested either yesterday or the day before that I need to go grab to be able to cast a spell that I want to cast.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
We'll go do that real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You two little conspirators, you.
Welcome to expensive material components where I actually have to buy them or procure them some other way. Where? Oh god, you scaled down this map.
Did I? I don't think I did.
I think it's more. I swear he's bigger than normal.
Maybe? Did it get scaled down somehow?
I feel like it's scaled down.
No, it should be the same size because I have Than's token there, and that, at least my memory is saying it's the same size.
Maybe a while. May have been just a while since I've been here. Yeah. Okay. I just remember being smaller.
As you walk in, Moors, at the other end of the bridge, you see Clara holding exactly what you've asked for.
Yeah!
Will this be sufficient?
Examines it. Is it a gold engraved skull worth at least 300 gold pieces?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Looks like it might even be worth a little bit more. It's got some nice gems cut into draconic shapes embedded into it.
Perfect. Yeah, this looks good. A little fancier than I remember.
Oh, don't worry. I just had to make sure that one of our clergy was using something appropriate to their own kin, so to speak.
Well, this was a quick stop because we're going into the dungeon today, and I kind of needed this.
Heard. It's the talk of the town, the new kids on the block, so to speak, about to go fight a monstrous being that's been terrorizing the place for a while. I look forward to your victory.
Well, so do I. But, yeah, alright, I will see you later. Does like a short bow.
I wish you the best of luck in battle, Moors.
Nods.
And she'll continue to wave to you as you head back towards the center diocese.
Oh, I'm going fast.
Alrighty. I'm gonna gather y'all up and bring y'all over to War Vitae. Everybody's got their gear accounted for. Everything's
counting. 1. Oh, man.
So she mentioned that we're the talk of the town. I'm assuming 90% of the town is just like, those fuckers are gonna die.
A good chunk of the town is betting on your deaths, actually. They've got a gambling thing going.
Yeah.
I want to see. I just want to. If Morse ever interacts with this gambling shit, he's gonna fucking gamble.
Yeah,
Okay.
he took us slamming all 21 gold coins that she has.
The remaining the remaining 25 gold coins that Johnathan has, he's going to bid on us dying. Anyway.
What?
What?
Wait, if you die, you don't get paid out. Well, some of us do.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm actually voting on us. I'm betting on us succeeding.
Yo,
I can only assume. I can only assume who would be leading that betting ring. Come on. Come on, let's go see him. Let's go argue with stupid.
I do.
Steps, Kato.
I will relay.
Armed.
I will relay at least.
Good to have you.
Good to be alone. I've heard that the creature has been prodding near the first layer's entrance, so I figure we have to hurry pretty quickly before it actually starts breaching.
Oh, we'll breeze through the first layer.
Very well. I'll follow all of your leads.
First layer's almost a joke to
Alright,
us.
so
I'd say
Morris,
almost.
have you hinted at us that
No,
there
I
might
did
be
relay
betting?
that, like, I got, like, hey, apparently people are talking about us.
Okay, she's immediately going to go over.
So,
Kira knows.
what you need?
Are you running the betting?
I would never run betting on adventurers. That would be
Shit, I know you hate us.
That would be highly unethical. Hey, I may not like you, but I have my standards.
100 gold on we win.
Eyebrow raise.
25 on
That
we
said,
win.
I did put bets on you.
Do you know where we can find him?
Let me guess, Dead. We're gonna die.
No, actually win, because for some god-forsaken reasons, you keep surviving. And you also have Seleus along with you. And Astaroth told me to bet on you winning, so I could get more girls.
He actually made a smart decision for once.
You are genuinely one of the most easily manipulated people, and I have to live with myself.
Nodders, nodders, nodders.
Where's your
Honors,
daycare?
honors.
Anyway, where is the betting?
It's currently mostly being run out of the fight pit. She will gladly take any coin that you will give her, but anyhow, you might want to hurry,
I'll take-
because I've been hearing that the thing has been prodding at the entrance to the first layer from the second, so... Chop chop. Go make me money.
Yeah, we'll make
I don't
enough
think we
money.
can bet. I
How
don't think
fast
we
would
can
it be
bet.
for... How fast would it be for San to run to the...
Okay, that means he has to use prime speed, and that's like another...
It would take him a good fucking while.
Okay.
It's across the city.
Guys, I think we should really focus on the more.
Revite. Okay.
Fight pits are
No,
in
no.
the entertainment district. I think they're near the back.
No offense, we're probably going to make a lot more money killing the centipede than betting on this.
What if we killed the centipede and bet on us, and then we'd make even more money?
As you are
go.
taking your first steps up to here, you feel the ground rumbling below you violently.
Time to run.
It's a
Mm,
dog.
As you
These are
pass,
gonna
as you
just
get to
take
here, stop at the gate. Stop at the gate. Once you get there,
We're not fighting it right here, are you fucking...
No.
guild embrace, baby. Before that,
Embrace.
Shogi, did you have something you wanted to do?
Hey, Kiranis, there'll be someone coming in my name to pay off the rest of the debt of the house.
Yeah, who is it?
Amelia, she has white hair, purple, white clothing. She'll be coming with another adventurer, I think.
Yeah, as long as one of them is a member of your house, you'll be fine. Now go make me money!
Wait.
I don't think either of them.
No
Yukina
one.
is a member of your house,
Ev-
actually.
Oh, she is.
is she?
Okay. Yes,
Yep.
yes, that's right. She's a
yeah.
member. San still isn't a member of the house.
Yep.
Walking.
Wait, we could have solved that issue.
Can we
That's
say
not-
that we solved that issue?
We would like to solve that issue.
Just put a piece of
You
Can
paper
we say that we
solve it
solved the issue
after-
before we came
You
in
can
here?
solve it after the Papega, because
Okay.
you're walking into something as you feel
Great.
Excellent.
the ground beginning to rumble violently below you. Let me make sure this is all set up. Yep. All these are correct.
That's got to be a first layer breach.
You feel the ground violently beginning to shake. As you hear something like the sound of an angry freight train charging at
Is that a
full...
familiar freight train?
Oh, it sounds familiar. You've heard this sound before, and it is bad.
I'm pulling up.
As
My
you
cables.
see, breaching out from the stairwell, a very, very ugly son of a bitch.
Hey, here you go. You got blessed on this taking a while.
Hitsuko's gonna yell, but I'm just going to say it. Close the gate!
As you pass through the gate, Kyrinos hears it, and the gates slam behind you. Move yourselves inside of the gates.
Yeah.
Son, I'm gonna stick behind you, no offense.
Is it already here?
I love you, lady.
Marks, it's right there!
And as the centipede reels back, having gotten to the top, glaring at you, the only adventurers in the room, that is where we're going to end tonight.
No, we don't get even a little bit of fight.
Oh,
Man,
no.
this
You really don't think that we can do this by 9?
10:30.
7 minutes.
This is going to be.
I don't think you can kill this in
I don't-
7 minutes, even if you try.
7 minutes?
That's like
Oh, wait, you're only going to 8:30?
10:30.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
cannot go.
Yeah, I mentioned
Or
that.
10:30,
wow.
sorry.
in 7 minutes.
Apologies.
We can't kill it. We can smack it a few times, though.
No, that's too much.
Just smack it 5. Kill it in 7 minutes. You underestimate my power.
Crack. No, it's gonna take us 7 minutes to get through one turn, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
um,
pre-initiatives are also a thing, so...
Yes, he only.
Pre-initiative?
The only one with the pre-initiative is.
Well,
this guy.
don't decide
We'll
pre-initiatives
we'll
now,
start
decide them
initiative
later.
And set it all up next time.
Next time.
Next-
Because
you.
that's
Time.
important.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also, Jersey, I like how it's multi-targeted.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's fine. It's too.
It's gonna get deleted by me existing, my dude.
Alright, let's end the stream. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Be dead good.
See
See
you
you
next week.
Take the 70.
Man, it's gonna be so fun using